Hey, what's going on, everyone? Steve for the DJLab. Let me turn this down just a little bit here on the mic and doing a little live stream here with the XDJ-AZ. I'm going to go over a couple little tips and tricks on this unit and got the overhead camera here. That's the Sony ZV-1F looking down at it. Main camera here is my A7 IV. I finally figured out the mount that I bought yesterday, how to mount this camera and it not fall down on the mount. It was a little bit going on. What's going on, Frank? Miami, buddy. Must be nice. We got our first coating of snow today. Well, I shouldn't say our first, but it's our first technical winter storm, so to speak. So there's a little bit of snow outside. I'm going to try to stay indoors as much as possible today so we can play around with the XDJ-AZ. And yeah, it's nice looking. Now, my overhead camera situation, I was using the Logitech Brio yesterday, looking down at it. And it was doing an okay job. This is not the best. I still need to get a better overhead camera because on a big screen, this doesn't look as sharp resolution as I would like it to be. And technically, if I could have, I don't really want to spend more money on a new lens. It would be nice actually to have this Sony camera, this A7 IV looking down, but I would need a whole different lens in order to make that work. And it's a little bit heavier and a little bit sketchier. So we'll leave it like this for now. Anyone that's going to join the chat, feel free to say hello. If you're catching me on the replay, what I am going to try and do, I'm going to try to keep a little bit more focused, keep things on topic a little bit more. And on this stream, I'm going to try to cut out some of the key factors so I can make some YouTube shorts out of this video. Had one of my subscribers send me a big long message the other day talking about I'm all over the place. My stream yesterday was 3 hours. I was answering phone calls. I was hopping off. I didn't mean to do that shit. That's not my typical way. It was a shitty stream. And the only reason I did the stream yesterday was to test out some of the camera angles and stuff. So yeah, sometimes you guys are the guinea pigs and you're just part of my experiment. So I appreciate the people who hang out and just go along with my craziness. ADHD is a bitch. Yes, this is a lighted microphone. This is the whatchamacallit here, the HyperX Quadcast. I have a nice it's not the SM7, it's the Shure MV7, I think it is. It's a nice mic, but it doesn't sound that much different. I think this one sounds fine. And it's cool looking. It's a gamer mic, you know what I mean? I bought this microphone. It values for about 150 bucks. I bought it at a Value Village. And it was on sale too. I got it for like 20 bucks. You never seen this mic? Let's see if I can get a little bit more in the shot here. Yeah, you can set it to do different kind of glows and different shit. So, and you tap the top. So, got volume control on the bottom. So I can tweak it. It's kind of cool. Now, you know, microphones are a funny thing too because you can tweak a mic all day long. And I'm always listening to some YouTubers that have these really good sounding mics. But I don't know what settings they do in OBS. I have noise suppression turned on because I got a fan going in the background that I don't want to pick up. But yeah, I think it sounds pretty decent. It's not too bad. I generally actually have the mic much lower. I'll put the mic right off a camera so you don't see the mic as well too. Because sometimes having it in my visual kind of distracts me a little bit with my glasses. Anyways, enough with the mic talk here. Let's get on to why we're all here. We're all here to take a look at the XDJ-AZ. And couple things to know. I don't have Serato going at the moment, but if you run this with Serato, one of the things you can do with it that I just discovered, thanks to Johnny, one of the viewers, Johnny, is if you hold, this works on an S11 by the way too, which I never knew. For if you're doing like beat juggling, right? If you hold shift while you move the crossfader, you start the other track. You do a fader start by holding shift. And it's a pretty good trick. I'm going to make a video later on today, a little quick video on how to do this with Serato. I'm not a beat juggling kind of guy, but this is definitely good to know. And I'm not sure who would actually run this unit with Serato, because then you miss all the Serato effects. But I guess if you really want to do stems, you're going to use Rekordbox or Serato. So, and I still feel like it's a weird one, man. If anyone can give me a good reason why to buy an AZ and hook it up with a laptop, please feel free to comment, let me know. And they have not added title to the AZ yet. And I don't know anything about it. I can only assume they will. Like, if they don't, then I give up on the company. You know what I mean? Like, just doesn't make sense. While we're here looking at my dusty unit, I got to get a hold of DeckSaver and see if they'll hook me up with a cover for this thing. But you see this stuff here? See this goo? Stuff's called Cyber Clean. You can find all kinds of things like this on Amazon. I bought this from like a local little store. It sold it for like $1. That's a really good deal. But this is a great way to clean your gear, because you can get right into, you can see the little outline, you can get right into the cracks. It really stresses me out when I see YouTube review guys and they're doing a review and you see dust all over their shit. It's like, you know what? Go spend a couple of bucks and just give this thing. You're always going to have a bit of dust on your equipment, you know what I mean? But give it just like a little bit of a little once over. Doesn't take nothing. Especially around here. That's always a bitch to clean. But this thing here, you can just like roll it right through. I should really clip this out to teach people how to clean your DJ equipment. Already I can see some stuff like the edges, man. This is why you need a DeckSaver. Things can get in behind there, and then when they're in there, they're in there. There's no getting them out. Do I got commercials turned on right now? Sorry, buddy. Sorry, commercials are being aggressive. In the new year, by the way, just in case you guys don't know, I'm going to make these things members only. The whole channel is basically going to be members only, except for like, you know, if I do like a new hardware review. But tips and tricks, all of these things are all going to be members only. I'll have free shorts. Haven't quite decided the price point of things yet. It'll probably be anywhere from $2 to $5 per month. Well, holy shit, dude. We got a celebrity in the house. You guys don't even know who that is, do you? That is Deadly Headley Jones. This is like one of the true OGs that from Toronto that was all over the radio in every club you could think of back in the day. And it was Deadly Headley Jones and Chris Shepherd that I used to listen to all the time. And that's what got me into music and got me into wanting to be a DJ. So this is like Christmas come early when Deadly Headley shows up onto the stream, because he's a legend, man. Wicked DJ, and now Deadly Headley is still a wicked DJ, but the guy's he's an amazing photographer. And it's kind of funny how the DJing and photography seem to go hand in hand, because now I'm into photography too. See, Headley, this is the Sony A7 IV with a 35mm lens on it to do the stream. And Headley, have you seen this AZ? Like, this is a really nice unit, man. This is the one you want to have at home, because it's like an A9 with CDJ 3000s. It sucks that the platters are such fingerprint magnets, that's all. It's the only thing that kind of sucks a little bit. So just to answer your question there, they didn't fix the damage. Mine got returned and replaced by a completely new one. But that firmware update did seem to fix all the issues that the units were having out there. All right, let's get back to business here. Will this thing be available for, I'm assuming you meant selling in 2025 in Greece, January? I don't know. I'm not really sure. It should be. I can't see any reason why, but should be. I think so. I see the viewers have gone down. You guys weren't liking my mics, I guess, eh? Oh, I got a lot of stuff here to do today, by the way, so I might not be here for a long time. Really, once again, I'm doing the stream. I want to just see how good the Sony camera was looking and trying to just figure out what I'm going to do here. You see, like, that's like a cropped in situation. Still, like, it's not the way I want it to look. I definitely need a better overhead camera without spending any money, because I have a lot of cameras here. The one camera I haven't tried above yet is the Pocket 3. So maybe we'll try the Pocket 3 for the above shot. Yeah, this Sony a7 IV is just, it's a fantastic camera. Like, you can watch the streams from a couple days ago. I have been quite recently using the Pocket 3 to do a lot of the streams. And the Pocket 3 is really, really good, but it's not quite the same. You know, another trick, I got to tell you something else that's funny. Because now over on behind my camera on the other side a little bit, I have my 55-inch TV. Like, I have a 65 that I watch. I have an extra 55, my old one, that was going to go to my girlfriend's house, but her place isn't ready. Her basement apartment isn't done yet, where she's going to put it. So anyways, I got this TV laying around. I thought, you know what? Let's hook it up so that way when I look over, I can see past the camera and I can look at the comments and I can see my OBS a little bit. And I'm not looking over here at my computer. You know what I mean? Like over here. So now I'm looking kind of over here a little bit. And I had my face big and I hop on. I'm like, oh my God, it's weird. If you got a little bit of red blotchiness, you know, a little bit of dry skin, anything going on, how the camera, you can look in the mirror and look in a camera and all of a sudden the camera detects everything. Like every fucking whisker. Like I need to trim the beard down. I haven't done that yet. But I wonder how many YouTubers use makeup, because luckily my girlfriend leaves some stuff here. She's got a little bit of powder, little powder shit. So I literally used a sponge and did a little bit of makeup job today to even out my tones and not look so goddamn red and blotchy, because it's winter here. Skin's dry. I'm not moisturizing properly. My glasses have been causing a little bit of dermatitis from touching and the oils and shit. It's always a bullshit thing. So you know what? Everybody on TV, every actor, every person on the news, like everyone has makeup done. Take the shine off them, stuff like that. And I've seen too many YouTube guys doing amazing videos, clear cameras, and they got shit skin. So yeah, if you're going to do a YouTube channel and you're a guy, don't be afraid to put a little something on to make yourself just look a little bit more presentable on camera, because everybody does. If you're going to be on camera, you got to do it. It's definitely something how YouTubers should wear makeup. I really need to make a video about that, saying, hey, if you're going to spend $4,000 on a camera, unless you're like Cleveland Terry with, like, you know, perfect skin, it's you know, the rest of the guys, well, even Nick Spinelli always looks good. But one thing about Nick Spinelli's videos, I've noticed, he has these two big giant lights and his stuff looks super clear. I mean, it's like probably one of the clearest videos I've ever seen, but it looks a little washed out looking, and maybe that's on purpose, because if you start washing your face out some, you know, I try to look as natural, and I don't have big lights on me and shit right now. I just have, you can see at the reflection of my glasses right now, that's like a nanoleaf panel that's like over there, that's illuminated, and there's another one over there you can see with my glasses off to the side. in the distance. And then I don't know if you can see after I got another one going over top of the equipment here. So I need a better lighting setup for the rig for looking down, because this isn't lighting it up the way I would like it to. It looks okay, but it's not like perfect. Anybody in the feed have any questions about the AZ? Like I said, there's a couple things you might not know about. Shift quantize allows you to turn quantization on for one deck versus the other. So you don't have to have both decks on the same quantization, which is a really nice feature. It's kind of a hidden feature. They don't really talk about it. No one's really mentioned it except for myself. Like I said, in Serato, shift crossfader will do fader start. It would be nice if they would add that into a firmware update for this thing to do that on standalone, because the Prime 4 Plus can. So that would be nice. What other little secrets have I found out about this thing? Oh, another little secret that's really nice for streamers is when you have this hooked up to USB, and if you were using Serato, not only are you using Serato, but on OBS, it just picks up, you know, as an audio source, the XDJ-AZ. So even a standalone USB-C, you're doing USB-C into this thing to your computer, and it's just your audio input. Is it? Yeah, it's an audio input, or is it audio output? I always forget which one's which. No, it's an input. Yeah, audio input capture. So you don't need a sound card or anything external. So it's a great unit for streaming. The Prime 4 can't do that. The Prime 4, you're either in computer mode or you're in standalone mode. And with the XDJ-AZ, you can actually go Serato on one channel. You could have Serato on channel 1 and 3, and then you could be internal on 3 and 4. The one thing you can't do, though, is you can't link them together. So you can't synchronize between the standalone unit and Serato. Now, if, this is a big if, we've been waiting a long time for this, if Pioneer DJ ever implements Ableton Link, that would solve that problem, and you would be able to link it together. What's my jog sensitivity set to? Good question. I don't even think there is a sensitivity. You know what? There's the only, like, for jog adjustment, you can adjust the tension, but there is no sensitivity. In my jogs, it depends what I'm doing. I kind of change it around, but generally I kind of like them light, or I'll have them set to say like 10 o'clock. It really depends. I move them around. Depends if I want to do a crazy backspin, what kind of tricks I might want to do. That's the beauty about having it right there to adjust, right? Trying to think, what else I can tell you quickly about this thing? I will be making more videos on this thing with the little tips and tricks coming in the new year for the members page. So just so there's no, hopefully there's no backlash over that. I know some people are a big fan of me making the channel into members only, and some people think I'm going to lose subscribers, but we'll see. The best setting for beat matching for the jog wheels. Now, here's what I got to say about this. And you guys are going to hate me for saying this probably. If you spend this kind of money for their flagship all-in-one system, and Rekordbox now has Rekordbox 7.07 has a new feature in it to have better beat grids, essentially, to be like, you know, they're more precise. Run your stuff through beat grids, like run your stuff through Rekordbox, run it through the high performance beat grids, and make sure your beat grids are set. Turn on quantization, and you should never, ever have to beat match and start screwing around like that. And I know people are going to say, well, you got to be a real DJ. And to me, the person who buys all of this technology and they keep doing shit the old-fashioned way makes no sense to me. If you really want to beat match and be that person and you just, that's what you want to do, you're honestly better off to go buy a pair of CDJ-800s. You know, burn, you know, use Serato if you want. Burn a couple CDs with the Serato time code. Buy a pair of CDJ-900s, for instance, if you want to use a stick. And do it the old school way. Buy some turntables. Like, I get it. It's fun. It's nice to do it. But I don't really. And if you do need to nudge it, I would say this 10 o'clock mode is good. But honestly, we're past the point of counting beats and trying to beat match and stuff. Really, you should be concentrating on finding good music and learning the energy of music and the energy of a dance floor and how to, you know, I hate to say tell a story, but you know what I mean? You need to learn how to put your shit together, mix things in key, understand the music. That's most important. Learning how to beat match, it's not difficult. You can beat match two things together that are going to sound like shit regardless of how tight it is because they're not in the right key or just the harmonics don't feel right together. You know, you're slapping two drums over top of each other. There's more to DJing than just this whole let's learn how to beat match. Far more to it. Don't let anybody shame you for using the sync button. Just make sure your beat grids are bang on. Prepare all your shit. It's kind of like, you know, with vinyl. Back in the day, if you were going to take your records out and go play, you had to prepare. You weren't bringing everything, so you had to select what you're going to bring, and you would pop them all out and use your brush and clean your records, make sure they're clean, make sure there's no scratches on them because you didn't want no surprises. There is some prep work to do when you're playing vinyl. You know, clean your needles. There's all kinds of things, you know, to check. So now I would say you just beat grid your stuff properly. If you got everything beat gridded, you know everything's locked in, you can totally, completely rely on sync and concentrate on mastering the effects and how you can add subtle effects that sound like they're part of the production and you're not making things that just seem crazy. Do you know what I mean? I've always related it to food in a sense. Let's say you're the server at a restaurant. The cook goes through all the trouble and spices everything up, and you're bringing the food to the table. Would the server along the way start adding more salt and would they start tasting it and adding their own flavor to it? Probably not. So as a DJ, most of the music that you're playing, well, all the music you're playing has been produced, mixed, and mastered. It was brought to the table a certain way. But it's a little bit different because you could add, maybe the server does know that the cook doesn't put enough salt on it. So you can add a little bit more. So when you're doing effects, listen to the song, think about the ingredients that are in there, and maybe you add a little hiss of reverb or a little dub echo, a little echo here, just little subtle things that doesn't sound like you did anything. That would be the best way you could run an effect, is where nobody knows you did it. If all of a sudden people are like, oh wow, man, you used the delay a lot, that means you did it too much. Stop running. Best advice I can give you, stop running your level depth at 12 o'clock. It's only effective for a handful of things. Most effects, really, you want to run about 10 to 11 o'clock on the dial. Feel it out. You want to hear the effect, but it shouldn't, when you turn this on, the background, the main music level shouldn't feel like it's come down a little bit and the effect has gotten a little bit higher. You know what I mean? It should feel a nice blend. And currently, by the way, I'm also waiting for Amazon pickup to pick something up for me. So if I got to go like in a real quick, short hurry, it's because I'm getting the call to go downstairs. I'm also waiting for some Amazon packages as well again today, Christmas time. Got 2 little nieces and a little nephew. And I was like, what am I going to get them? And I'm the guy that gets toys or some crazy gift. This year, I'm like, they got so much stuff. I'm going to be the crazy uncle that gives blankets. The glow-in-the-dark blankets. The one kid's getting a unicorn glow-in-the-dark blanket, like a plush blanket. The little boy, we're talking about like an 8-year-old girl. The boy, he's like 6, I think. He's getting, a dinosaur glow-in-the-dark blanket. And then his little sister, she's like 2. She's getting a little smaller pink rainbow looking unicorn blanket that's smaller. It happens to glow in the dark too. So I'm going to be that uncle that they say, do you remember the year when you got us all blankets? I don't know. Seemed like a good idea. They'll probably love them. Save myself a couple of bucks. Don't go mental. I was a type before that wanted to buy the $200, $400 things. Get them a Flex 4 next year. Yeah. Nah. I like these kids, man. Don't get your kids into DJing. Honestly, every DJ I know, and sorry, this is no offense to you guys, I don't know you personally, but most DJs that I know personally are assholes. They're a little self-centered. They're kind of control freaks a little bit. They're manipulators. Yeah. They're not good people. They're not normal. And if you're a DJ and you're very honest with yourself, you will fully admit that you are far from normal. Completely abnormal. You probably have all kinds of, most DJs have all kinds of mental health issues. They have social anxiety issues. So much shit. What's going on, Starlight? Yeah, a lot of DJs out there, they don't got their shit together. They really don't. Got Peter Pan complexes, a bunch of 50-year-olds wearing fucking baseball caps, dad hats, trying to be cool. It's almost on the verge of pathetic. Do you analyze your tracks separately for your deadening gear? So Big Shiesty, good question. Truth is, let me play with this stuff a bit more. We all suffer from social anxiety, man. So I use a lot of streaming services, so I don't really worry too much about analyzing my music. And once I analyze through Rekordbox, the truth is, the record, I haven't tried with the new, I got to do a test of that. With the new Rekordbox, with the new way of doing the beat grids to see how that translates over to the deadening gear when it reads it. Just quickly, I want to touch on the whole social anxiety thing. See, me growing up, I like to go to the party. I was pretty shy. I'm not a person that goes out and dances. I don't really want to be the center of attention. And I kind of got into DJing because it gave me the opportunity to be part of the party. I felt like I belonged there, like I had a purpose of being there. And back then, I was in the corner. I wasn't the center of attention either. And that's why I don't really, beyond my health issues that I have with my dizziness and stuff, I don't really want to DJ on a stage or anywhere where I'm the center of attention. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want that on me. I used to DJ for Adidas, and I had a microphone, and I smoked a lot of weed at that time too. That helped. But I'd put on the Adidas sunglasses. I didn't wear glasses at the time. Put on the Adidas hat, an Adidas jacket, and I felt like I was in character. And I was able to go on the microphone at Yonge and Dundas here in Toronto and play music and interact with people. It was easier. Can't do that anymore. And it's interesting, Starlight. I was never into other musical instruments at all. I like drum machines and shit like that, like electronic things, but I never got into like keyboards, guitars, any of that stuff. I can't stop playing with this shit. This is like a fidget shit. So what I was doing with this, by the way, oh, you guys don't even see what I'm doing. I'm talking about the fidget stuff. I didn't realize I'm not on the right camera as I'm pulling this stuff. That this is great for cleaning your equipment. Highly suggest anyone that has expensive gear. Dust is the killer of all your faders and your crossfaders and everything. So try to keep it dust free when you're not using your equipment. You could just put a towel over it or some shit, but if something spills or something falls, it's going to be screwed. Get yourself a deck saver. I don't have a deck saver yet for the AZ. I'm waiting on one, but I have a deck saver for my Euphonia, my 3000s, my DJS 1000, my RMX 1000. I got deck savers on everything because you never know, man. One time, fun story. One time I was moving DJ equipment. I was moving like the equalizer that I just bought. And it's a rack mount, has sharp edges. And it shifted and slid right across my CDJ 3000 screen and put a scratch in it. That scratch to buy a new screen was $300 scratch. $300. And speaking of screens, here's the other thing I'm going to talk about too. You see the screen on this thing? Oh, where we go. That screen is the same size screen that's on the Pioneer the Pioneer head units in a car. So on Amazon, they actually sell things specifically for that. I'm going to look and try to get a screen protector to put on this thing and see how it works. And what's the date on my unit? That's a good question. Let me go look at the box. I don't know. I'd have to like flip it around. Because strangely enough, I just realized that this one here, the box, it's just a brown box that says XDJ-AZ on it. And when you open it, usually there's like the external box, and then there's like the retail box inside with like the big packaging and the writing on it for display, and this doesn't have it. So I don't think there's a retail box for shelf. You know what I mean? I think a lot of companies started to go down this road of you know, don't have a fancy box for the shelf, because most of us are buying our things online nowadays. But don't worry, Starlight, I will figure out the data manufacturer on this thing and let you know. What's going on, Lyncho? Yeah, man, Christmas shopping is a scam. Complete scam. Which reminds me, I actually, what time is it here? Look at me. I don't even have my watch on. What's wrong with me? I promised everyone who bought me this watch that I would wear on every stream. Hey, check this box out. Okay, I just flipped over the box. Go on, Frank. I flipped over the box September 2024. So, and my other one was also, the one that was busted was September 2024 as well. So I'm still kind of curious to know if there was a batch of them that had bad hardware and the firmware update was able to tweak the power settings. Holy fuck. Sorry, guys. I'm like looking over at CNN and I'm seeing breaking news that a car drives into a Christmas market in Germany, plows into a crowd. At least one dead, several hurt after a car plows into a crowd at Christmas market. What kind of lunatics do we have in the world, man? Why would you want to go run into it, like try to kill a bunch of innocent people at Christmas or any time for that matter? Fucking weird planet, man. And that's the problem. When you go out, you know, you're out there shopping, you're doing your own thing. You don't know at any second, man, some psychopath might just let loose. You don't even need a gun. You don't even need a gun anymore if you want to kill a bunch of people. Happened here in Toronto. Some guy drove down the road, ran over a bunch of people on the sidewalks and shit. So when I'm out, I literally have a good 10% of my brain is on the scan for that kind of shit. Starlight, thanks for hopping on as a subscriber. That's cool. You know what? I've been meaning, I meant to go in and change all the price and structure for the subscribers. And you know what? I can't remember how to do it. I'm going to have to look up a YouTube video on how to adjust the pricing, because in the new year, I want to have a whole different structure. And in the new year, when I go members only, by the way, I'm going to do all kinds of things. I want to make drop boxes. So weekly, I'm going to have like some scratch sentences, samples from movies, some AI driven things where, you know, if you want your DJ drop done, you can just send me a message and I'll use the AI generator and I'll make some shit for you, customize things. I'm going to do some different shit. It's not just going to be you know, pay to watch the same old shit. You know, like the quality of the videos are going to change. There's going to be more tutorials, more tips and tricks. I'm going to put a little bit more effort into it in hopes that the new people come in, see the value, and they spend the money. Yeah, you know, Starlight, it's funny that I don't even think enough to promote the whole members thing. I don't know why I don't push that more. I push the PayPal and stuff. And yeah, Amsterdam, man, what's going on? Second time in Germany. Fucking crazy people, man. Like, the one thing that's interesting, and this isn't to talk about much about immigration, but here in Toronto, we have a lot of different nationalities, a lot of immigration, and I'm always kind of surprised that we don't have more shit go down in our city, because 4 million people and different religions, different backgrounds, different upbringings, different mental states, and somehow we all manage to get along. It's a little interesting sometimes. So, you know, there's some countries where it's not that multicultural and everyone kind of grew up the same way with the same values, the same religion, you know, same language, same education. And you can kind of understand how, like, you know, this stuff, for instance, wouldn't happen in Japan. You don't hear about people in Japan running people down and doing crazy shit like that. I'd love to go visit Japan sometime. I've heard you can leave a bag of money in the street and nobody will touch it. You know, bicycle locks, there's no such a thing. People don't lock their bicycles up. Umbrellas, you put an umbrella, walk into a building, put your umbrella down. No one's going to take your umbrella. No one's going to take your coat because they got this honor, you know, about them. Like, you just don't do that shit. And the drones, I don't even know what to think about the drones. What the hell's falling over there? Sorry about that. I got a helium miner antenna stuck in the window. I decided to come loose, and I've been hearing some movement over there. Like, what the hell? And then it finally like moved. The drones, I have no idea. No idea what those drones are. They could be aliens. They could be government fucking drones. Like, who the hell knows? Anyways, we're always getting off topic in this goddamn channel here. See about the ADHD. Any more questions on the XDJ-AZ before I wrap this whole thing up here? I tried Allen Heath mixers back in the day. They're not that popular in North America, to be honest. Hey, Shiesty, thank you, buddy. Yeah, it's looking better. I got a new rig, so that's the I'm going to do something better than this though. So that's the Sony A7 IV, and that's the ZV-1F. Still not quite as sharp because the Sony ZV-1F can only do 720 on the webcam part of it. Now I do have all my stuff to do HDMI, so I am going to at some point run the cables and switch over and try on HDMI and see how it all looks. But it's not bad. Oh, PJ, did you know? I don't know if you knew this or not. Just discovered this yesterday with one of the viewers that on Serato for fader start, it's a shift and crossfader, because even in the Serato documentation that tells you what everything does and what the shift functionality is, the Serato documentation actually doesn't list anything about the fader start. So I'm not sure if you knew that one or not. I got to make a video later about it. And I was going to ask too, any chance you think talking to someone about implementing fader start on this thing? Because fader start, you know, you're a hip hop scratch kind of guy. Fader start would be nice just to hold shift and do it. I can't see it being that hard of a programming thing to do, honestly. What's going on, low moral fiber? Let me get the mic going here. So, like I was about to say, something different about the cameras today. This is the Sony A7 IV, and I tweaked some settings in there, but then I actually went to OBS and turned down, I think I changed the contrast a little bit, and I do have white balance auto set, like I set it manually myself. And what else did I change? Oh, I saturation brought it down a little bit and changed the contrast a little bit for this camera. And for this camera angle here, this is the Sony ZV-1F. This is not the I was using the Brio webcam. So Not only I went in there, I adjusted everything manually, and I went into OBS and I tweaked it a little bit too. I think my mute's off now, by the way. I got like a bit of a delay here, but thanks PJ for pointing it out. So that's what happened. That's why I added a little bit of sharpness because this camera is only doing 720 through USB. I need to get the HDMI cables and the A10 mini going so I can do all the HDMI stuff again. And I think that's I think that's how I'm gonna do it. Like now I got the Sony A7 IV hooked up properly, because like when I zoom in, it looks like shit, right? Because that's just a scene in OBS that's cropped in when I do that, by the way. So yeah, that's the great thing about this channel. I keep putting money into it. This whole new rig that goes up over top of my desk cost me like a couple $100. I need to buy some better lights. I've got things kind of a little rigged right now with some existing lighting that I had. So I'm going to get better lights. For the new year, like I said, we're going to go members only, do a couple of bucks a month, and we're going to step it up. We're going to step up the tutorials. We're going to have just a better channel. I'm going to put more into it. Try not to be so OCD about, well, so ADHD. Yeah, you're right. The that subtle light, it's funny. You know what, PJ? I'll send you a picture later of what this whole thing looks like, because the light that I have, it's like one of these lights that you can, it's got like 4 sections that can be like a square or you can straighten it out. And I've got it attached right now to the pole with masking tape holding it up. So it's totally ghetto. And if I change the lighting on it, do like the RGB stuff, I can give it this different it's got a mood, right? Now what's real shame is that this stupid light here doesn't have a mode that goes to the music. And the best part about this whole AZ, I don't need a sound card to stream. This is literally USB-C plugged straight in to the computer, and OBS just sees it as an audio input. That's it. And I've got this microphone as USB-C. It's just plugged in. That's it. Yeah, no need for any real cable management on that kind of situation. So then this light has like, a couple different color temperature modes to it. That's probably the brightest of them all. Yeah, man. Fun times here. Hey, if you're watching the channel, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. And obviously, you're probably here. You've probably subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, you can. Hit the alert buttons, all that fun stuff. I think currently right now, it's like almost 3 o'clock. I have a couple things to do. Amazon should be here shortly to pick up a package I have to send back. And yeah, I want to make a couple of little tutorial videos quickly on this unit. because they make some money. And now I have this good overhead camera situation. I'm going to be working on the Flex 2 videos sometime sooner than later, if I can maybe squeeze one in today. Holidays coming up, so girlfriend's on her way over tonight for the weekend. So yeah, this whole everything's going to be messed up for the next little bit. So yeah, thanks for popping in. I'm going to, I will probably stream a little bit later. I'll probably hop on and do some stuff. Maybe I'll even switch out the unit here and throw something else on the table. Something else to talk about. Maybe we'll even put the Prime 4 Plus up there. Maybe. Or maybe I'll put the Flex 2 up. I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling. Anyways, thanks to everyone who popped by. Special shout to Deadly Headley for popping by. PJ, it's always nice to see him swing by. I know the guy's busy as hell. Hey guys, don't forget a little shout out here. To check out PJ. If you guys don't know PJ, you should. But he has a website, YouTube channel called Lightsaber Culture. And the guy's like super Star Wars. Him and his wife are total Star Wars fans, like no one else. And their whole wedding was Star Wars themed. And the guy even has this edited cool movie that looks like Lucas did it himself. And I think you should check it out. It's well worth looking at. Where is that? Can I get to it? All right, guys. There's the where am I here? There I am. Okay, there's the link to one of the coolest goddamn wedding videos you're ever going to see. Seriously, if you're a Star Wars fan, you got to see it. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you just got to look at it. You got to look at it regardless. Check it out. Share it with your friends that are into Star Wars and maybe give them some inspiration. Like, if you're a true fan, you will go above and beyond. Above and beyond. And this is about as above and beyond as I've ever seen someone do for a wedding. Like, it's so much to it. The whole channel is really cool. So PJ, he's just not a DJ. You know what I mean? Just keep this in mind. Does a lot of DJ stuff. He's a product demonstrator for Alpha Theta Pioneer DJ. Super talented. I'm not just saying this shit because he's on the channel. Like, he's a good guy. He's helped me out on fucking a million occasions when he's not getting paid anything to do so. And the lightsaber shit's wild. If I had the money, I'd probably have a lightsaber. I need to lose weight. And that's why the guy got into it. He needed to, get in shape. And he started doing lightsaber shit. It's wild. Okay, guys, I'm going to roll here. Leave you with that. Everyone go check out that video. And when we come back, let me know what you think about it. Don't even tell me what you think about it. Comment on his video. Tell him what you think about it, because PJ put a lot of time and effort into putting this together, man. It's one of the cooler things I've seen in a long time, and I see a lot of cool shit. Anyways, I'm out. Thanks everyone to pop by. I'm going to go try and deal with Amazon. And I got to call up my old boss, Eugene, and pay for the AZ. I haven't even given the guy the credit card information. So right now it's sitting here for free. I need to give him the money. Talk to you all later. Have yourselves a great day. And I will catch you on the flip side.